Ready?
Yep.
Harry, drop that. Hi guys, this is Matt Ferland with Otis Technology and DRD Tactical. I'm here today with Greg.
How's it going, guys? My name is Greg. I work with Otis, government sales manager. Today we're going to discuss the popular 9 versus 45.
It's a conversation that's been going on forever. Everybody's arguing about it. I mean, I have preconceived notions already about who's going to end up on top, but we just kind of want to talk about it a little bit, maybe a different twist on some of what's been out there in interweb land.
Yeah,
So
it's our opinions. You know, everybody has their own opinions on stuff. We'll just kind of go through some of the basics, you know, of the ammunition. So right here we have 9 on one side, and then we have 45. You know, obviously different size projectiles, different size cases, more powder, that kind of stuff.
So if I was around, I would probably be a 9 because I'm stealthy and quick, low recoil, just super fast.
So let's get this right. So you're saying that I'm fat and stubby?
We'll go with
slow?
that. So you'll be the 45 today.
I'll be the 45 today.
So slow projectile, a lot of energy when it hits.
Yeah.
Not a lot of wind drift going on there. So that's kind of the thing. And a lot of people talk about 45 being a good house caliber or something because it's not going to blow through walls and stuff. But the reality of it is it's pretty close to the 9 as far as penetration goes.
Correct.
The 9 will get a little bit more penetration just because it's a faster projectile with smaller diameter.
Correct.
But they're real close.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's, you know, it's small and fast or big and heavy.
Yep.
And, you know, that's always the conversation.
Yep. And then a lot of people talk about capacity with it too. So you got 7-in-1 with a 45. Most of them, there are some different ones out there, and most 9s are 10, 15, 17 rounds.
Yeah.
So you got a lot more capacity. And that goes to, well, what are you doing with it?
Correct.
It's personal defense. Yep. And what's more important to you? Do you want a heavy hitter up close, or do you want a lot of ammo to get downrange?
Correct. I mean, you go into, magazine capacity, you know. Right. This PMag here, this is a 17-round PMag for the Glock. But if you're in a state with restrictions, you want 10-9 or 10-45 possibly. Right. You know, so you got to look at that too. Right. But you look at, you know, even recoil, you know, they're like these 1911s, you know, they're a heavy platform, you know, firearm. Recoil is more manageable with this heavier of a firearm. You go into some of the smaller stuff, the compacts, the subcompacts, and a 45, holding onto it, you know, smaller hands, you know, they're a jumping round. I mean, they're a radical recoil. And there's lots of videos, you know, to look at that.
A lot of energy with it. But that said, the 45 is a heavy gun to hold up.
It is.
So carrying it concealed, wherever you're doing with it, it is heavy.
Correct.
And it's cumbersome, where most 9s will fit anywhere and you can have it. So that's another thing with it.
You know, I enjoy carrying a 9. I enjoy the recoil of a 9, you know, quicker follow-up shots, that kind of stuff. Yep. You know, the more magazine capacity, that's what I'm after. You know, you briefly look at the history of it, you know, the 45 ACP has been an American military, you know, cartridge since
Colt 1911.
Yeah.
Right? So that's when they made that. And ACP is
automatic
Colt pistol.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's been around a long time, over 100 years at this point.
Yeah.
And then you got Luger.
Yeah, I think the Luger, this was the, 9mm Parabellum, designed in 1901 by an Austrian group, you know, adopted with, you know, the Germans with the Luger pistol. You know, they were looking for something a little bit heavier in a, you know, 35 caliber. Yeah. Great for submachine guns, you know, lower recoil, larger, you know, round counts, that kind of stuff. It took a long time for the U.S. military to move to the 9mm because it's the same thing we're discussing now. It's 45 versus 9. You know, 45 has been around for a long time. It's a proven round. But I think what happened is, you know, back in the 80s when there was that FBI shootout and they were running lower powered 9mm cartridges against a superior, you know, firearms, you know, they were a lesser of a firearm or a cartridge.
Right.
With the technology advancements in cartridges, you know, the 9, if the level is here for a lethal round and the 9 may have been here, you know, that 9mm now with that technology has jumped. So now it's a lethal round. Not saying that the 45 has stayed. The 45 has advanced as well for, you know, that technology. So
I mean, you've got
45 moved up as well.
Like critical defenses there, it's 147 grain bullet out of a 9mm.
Yeah.
You know, and it's the tips in there. They fill that purposely so it doesn't get stuck on denim or shirts or whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
So you still get your penetration with it.
Yep.
But they make some pretty wicked rounds for them now. So
Yeah, you get into
I
like
mean,
the
weight
pluses.
wise, you've got what 115 to 147 in the
147,
9, and the 45s go. I think it's
Heavy.
200 to 230.
Not even
I
sure
mean,
we're
they're-
running here today.
There's some real heavy.
230 grains.
Yeah.
Here.
So I mean, you're throwing a hunk down there.
Yeah.
So and that adds up too in your hand when you're holding it up and whatnot. But it's weird how it's gone full cycle when they started with the Luger 9s, and then we've tried every other over history, and it
Correct.
ends up over 100 years later, and we're back to the 9.
Correct.
But it's got a little more oomph to it.
Yep.
A little quicker, a little flatter. And I think a lot of people realize that in a high stress situation, yeah, we could come to the range and shoot a plate.
Correct.
And well, you can. I'll shoot at it. I like scaring plates.
I'll hit it for you.
Yeah, thank you. But when you add that stress factor in there, you're not as accurate
No.
as you are when you're just standing there calmly shooting. It's like do a couple 100-yard sprints, come back, grab your gun, and try to shoot plates.
Yeah.
You're all over the place.
Correct.
Where in a high stress situation, somebody's attacking you or whatnot, it's not all calm and just hold on and
Correct.
whatnot. So the extra rounds is probably a good thing to have. Because
And I believe that's, a lot of law enforcement, that's where they went. I saw a statistic the other day, Matt, and it was like 20% of rounds are on target in a high stress situation.
Yeah.
So if you're running a 7 or 8 round 1911, let's say, your chances, and if it's multiple people that you're trying to deal with,
Yeah, that's the problem and same thing. I know you'll find this hard to believe. I do read once in a while.
You can't read.
I know, but
I saw some pictures. I
a
interpreted
lot
them.
of break-ins now are multiple people because they're trying to get other people together to get as much as they can out of a house or something like that.
Yep.
And you need more than a couple shots.
Correct.
And depending on what they're using or carrying or whatnot.
Yeah.
So the high volume is definitely a plus.
You can never have too much money or too many bullets.
True. But they don't go side and side anymore. It's like if you had money, now you have bullets. So you don't have both because they're just too much. But and we could talk about that too a little bit it generally is easier to get 9 than it is 45.
It is, and it's about half the cost.
Yeah. So there is a lot more.
And half the weight.
It is. There's something to be said for that 45 though. They're so smooth.
They
that
are.
1911 frame, it's just there.
They are. Actually, we talk about recoil and stuff. A friend of mine has 2 Rugers, one in 45, one in 9, identical firearms.
Yep.
His 45 seems to shoot smoother, almost less recoil. It's almost like a thump with a 45. Whereas, you go to 9 or a 40 or a 10 millimeter, and it's more of a bang. It's a very violent. 9's not as violent, but you go into the bigger stuff.
We can't talk about the 10s today.
Well, that's another day.
That's our, yeah. All said and done, this conversation at all, 10's where it's at.
10 is
and it's
where
going to
it-
come back, I think, stronger. A lot of people get on that. But today we're just staying with 9 and 45 with it. They do make a lot of different rounds for the 45 too. So you have extreme penetrators and things like that where you can really, they beef them up. What is it? P plus P.
Plus B, plus
Yeah. They can make some hot rounds too. That will jump
Correct.
on a 1911. So bullet is definitely a major factor, and especially self-defense or things like that too, is picking the right round. Like, FMJ is not what you want to use.
No.
It's,
No.
it's not, and it's going to go through the wall of the bedroom or wherever, and
Your neighbor's
probably,
wall
yeah. And both of them will get through there pretty easily. The 1911, when it hits something, it's a lot of trauma and shock to it.
Mm-hmm.
The 9mm is really that hydrostatic shock because the bullet's so fast and it creates a cavity in there also, and that's kind of where you get deeper penetration. But the 45, you've got a bigger hole.
Yeah, correct.
So,
Correct.
you put a hole in a milk jug, what drains out quicker?
Correct.
A 9mm or 40, the 45 is going to drain out quicker, but
But you've shot a lot of animals. You take a shoulder shot on one deer to the next deer. Once you open them up and you look at that wound cavity, it's different every time.
Yeah.
Shooting gel is one thing. It's a clear gel that you're shooting into. You shoot into tissue and bones and that kind of thing.
Yep.
These little hot rounds might be bouncing off bones and moving around.
yeah, they can bounce and help you,
Correct.
or they can bounce and hurt you.
Correct.
I've literally had rounds bounce off a deer, and legit
missed it.
no,
You missed it.
Nope, hit it for sure. But it happens, and when they're inside bouncing around or whatever, it's causing damage,
Correct.
which is good. But it's never a wound channel like you see.
Correct.
How many times have guys shot deer with a muzzleloader, punched a hole, and never got a drop of blood? it seals up instantly, and you're like, well, that's a 50 caliber bullet going through there. Why is that hole not?
You feel like you're just threw a Volkswagen at the damn thing, and it just
Lobbed it up there in full bore,
And
running
there's
at a red line,
nothing.
and it just dumped
Smoke
in.
clears,
and
deer's
nothing.
gone, there's no blood, and you're like, I know I hit it.
Yep. And so you can relate some of that to this. So it's important for people to pick the right bullet for what they're doing with it. You know, shooting plates at the range or whatever. FMJ is great. If you're
These are 147 grain here, hollow point. I think these are
Hydroshocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a great round. I mean, I would say a lot of law enforcement carry those.
Yeah.
That's their main. And they've got the little part in the inside there to help it too as it starts folding back.
I thought that was an explosive. Yeah. Oh, those aren't explosive charges?
That's an inside tannerite. Yeah, but it helps it open up. So what's weird is you talk about this diameter of the 45, but when you see 9s that open up on something, their diameter opens up because it's peeling back, and the velocity really allows that to peel open and get wider, where the 45 sometimes doesn't have enough velocity, and it hits and it kind of stays the same diameter. So that's another thing. It's like, well, that kind of kills that argument of a bigger bullet, bigger hole, because the 9 is opening it up and making.
Well, you look at a lot of cartridges. I mean, these cartridges, the projectiles themselves, hollow points are designed to expand at certain distances.
Yeah.
You know, a hollow point may not expand from media away.
Right.
It may take, 7, 8, 15 yards. In personal defense or whatever, where do you want that to open? So it's wise to look into where those expand, at what velocities, that kind of stuff.
Most gunfights are within 7 yards?
Yeah, because if it's further away, I'm just going to walk away, right?
Yeah, I mean...
Hey, I want your wallet.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't just go, oh, sorry, and set it down and be like, okay, I'm on my day, So if somebody's grabbing you, they've got a knife, they're in tight, that's where, so that in-close stuff is really where the most important for a carry conceal or something like that. Kind of, I guess that's the main we're talking about today. If it's just range shooting, I know you've got a souped up Glock and shooting plates and stuff like that, and the 9 is...
9 is fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
For
I just hate reloading magazines. I love 1911s, but you throw 7, 8 in them, you got to reload a lot.
Yeah.
You go with the higher capacity stuff, it's more shooting.
Yep. Yeah. You just don't have to reload as much, and makes it, and that's a thing too. A lot of people don't think about it, but it's important to have an extra mag with you.
It is.
I mean, if you're just going bare bones and you're somewhere where you just don't have that extra space or whatever, it's better than nothing.
It is.
It's better to have something, but really carrying 2 mags is important. I mean, that's, like you said, a high stress 20% of the people. So if you had 10 rounds, you're only going to hit 2. And if you have more than one person,
good luck.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't know. I think a lot of people, when you shoot at them, they get upset. They get mad and angry. And if you don't do the job, then, you're in for it.
Especially if they have a firearm.
Yeah. If they're, so don't worry about a fair fight with it or whatever, and it's not, Marcus of Queensbury and I'm going to do this. It's, game on.
The other thing I think, though, is like when you're talking about 9 or 45, I think they're both quality rounds. It's what are you comfortable with? What are you training with?
Preference.
And it's personal preference. It is. I mean, if you like a larger frame pistol, and, maybe 45 is right for you.
Yep.
If you like a smaller frame pistol, 9 may be your go-to firearm,
I know it's fun for us in the shop talking to, other coworkers and whatnot, and we can go back and forth every day, like argue the point. If somebody I know is a diehard 9 guy, I'll just mess with them and say, oh, 45 is better.
Yeah.
And there's valid arguments for it. And then if it's the opposite and somebody is a 45 guy, we'll tell them 9. It's just fun to go. Yeah. But it's awesome to have the conversation and because we're talking about something that there's really no wrong answer.
Correct. No, there isn't.
It's exactly what,
It's what you're comfortable with, what you practice with.
You're carrying, and certain guns fit you better.
Yep.
And that's, the thing we were talking about that today. I had this little VP9 SK, and they have adjustable side plates and back straps. So you can make this literally fit your hand. I swell the inside as you cup your hand. You got that space there as a void, and if you really put it in there, it fits perfectly like that. Where a lot of the Glocks and stuff now, they're doing the back strap, but the sides are still the same. So if it doesn't fit your hand quite right, you don't practice with it as much. If it bites into your hand, you don't do it as much. So you've got to make them all. I think these are all aftermarket grips on the 1911s too.
Yeah, you can change those out.
So you can, it's 2 screws and you pull them off, but it's important to make a grip fit you and make you want to shoot the gun if it's comfortable. Now, most gun manufacturers have gotten in the game where obviously it's a different accessory you can sell, so that's cool.
Correct.
But also, everybody's individually different, so they want different feels and what they like, so they're making them really modular, so that's cool. And that kind of is the same idea with the ammo, being whatever you like, you can get low recoil rounds, you can get the hot stuff. It just depends on what you like to shoot and how you shoot.
And what your purpose is, correct?
Yeah, yep.
So do you want to shoot a couple things? We'll kind of check to see the difference in, wound channel. I mean, we're running full metal jackets here. I do have some hollow point for 9, but we can shoot a couple things and, just kind of pay attention to the recoil a little bit and, the different characteristics of the 9 and the 45.
I mean, if you're gonna twist my arm, okay, we'll shoot, I guess, right? We gotta do it.
All right. Let's get our ears on and our eyes.
What are you gonna shoot first?
I'm gonna shoot 9 out of this Glock 19. And I'm gonna try to shoot a couple of those bottles over there. Keyword is try, but that's why I have extra capacity. What are you on there, Kimber?
Kimber, yep. So Greg, what are we doing?
All right, I think we shoot the jugs. So I'll shoot the left one, you shoot the right one, and if you miss, I get all 3.
Probably gonna happen. I might just throw a bullet out there.
We're close enough.
Yeah, I mean, what are we, 7 yards, 10 yards?
Maybe.
Yeah,
So
we'll shoot that and see. So you're shooting a 9.
I'm shooting 9, yep.
I'll shoot a 45.
Yep.
We'll kind of see what kind of damage it does to the jugs. And we can look at the hole in there. I'm pretty sure they'll burst.
I think we know what's happening.
I got 7 rounds, so I'm pretty sure
I'm kind of
I'll hit
concerned
that green.
that we might be wearing this before we're done.
Well, that's all right too.
I'm not really sure what to expect.
Go ahead, show me how it's done. You said you were just gonna shoot 1. Why you gotta lie to me like that?
You want to hold off? I'll go set them up.
Yeah, you're clear?
Yep.
I'm clear. It's always got to be about you.
I know it's going to
How
be.
about you just hold the bottles?
I know it's going to be surprising, Matt, but that went through and through.
You made complete penetration with a 9.
With a 9.
Wow.
On a bottle of liquid.
Huh.
All right, why don't you take a whack at the right one? Again, if you miss,
I
get them all.
Huh?
If you miss, I get them all.
Low or high?
Right in the middle. Might as well finish up that other one. That was low.
Low. Clear?
Clear. Let's go take a look. Well, this one's gone. I mean, there's not much to these. There wasn't much to expect. So, I mean, it hit hard. I mean, you look at the 9, this is when I was trying to shoot at this cap. Apparently I'm pulling to the left, but I mean, there's a good wound channel there. That could have been from you too, but it's what you expect out of liquid.
Shooting plastic.
Yep.
Well, I know we got some other items here. We could shoot those and see what we can do on the watermelon maybe.
So what we'll do on the watermelon is I did bring some hollow points. So if you want to shoot the right one, I'll shoot this one, and then I'll shoot both a full metal jacket at it, and then I'll shoot a hollow point at a watermelon, closer to resemble, something with a mass, like a body.
Yeah, I mean, it's mostly liquid, right?
Yeah.
So, but
Yep.
we'll see if
I'm not expecting a lot out of a watermelon, but we'll see.
Yeah, you never know.
We might see good. And then we'll also shoot the plates afterwards too, and you'll just see the difference in the way the plate pops and with the
You can
mass.
hear
of
the
it.
sound of it literally when it hits the difference in the sound. So
Yep.
just something. And we'll look at muzzle flip and stuff when we're shooting and see what the difference is.
All right, sounds good. Let's go.
Right.
Reload.
I'll shoot this 1911 again, just so we're gonna shoot the melons.
Yeah. So
right.
if you want to shoot the one on the right, I'll shoot the one on the left.
All right. Well, you gotta give me the smaller one.
I mean, And we'll just see if there's a difference. I mean, I'm not sure what to expect right now shooting a watermelon,
I have never shot a watermelon.
but I think your exit wound is going to be substantially larger. We'll shoot one shot each, and then we'll go take a look.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, now you can already see there a big difference in both the entrance on the front. I mean, that split that watermelon right down in half. I'm actually surprised at the difference in the entrance. I mean, I'm not surprised. Bigger bullet, you know, slower moving. You know, this one didn't seem to do a whole lot here. And it might just be the placement on a watermelon at this point.
Yeah.
But
were you in the pocket, you think? I mean, were you in the kill zone?
I was in the kill zone.
All right.
Yeah, he's not having a good day regardless.
No.
But you look at yours, the trauma that caused to the front of that cavity.
I mean, it's mostly operator skill level at this point, right?
Well, let's take a look at the backside of these. That's actually pretty impressive.
So, and that was the full metal
That's
jacket?
just a full metal jacket, correct.
So no hollow point, anything like that? It's
Nope.
just
Yep.
blowing it out. So I'm assuming what's happening is the hydrostatic shock is creating a shock wave in front of it, and that's what is larger than what the bullet diameter, because it's a cone actually of energy coming out. If you want to get scientific, I don't know.
I mean, at the end of the day, he's having a bad day.
Yeah. I don't think he's walking that off.
Entrance wound looks a little less than the 45, obviously. But the backside of this one is impressive. Let's look at the backside of this one. I mean, we look at the entrance on this thing.
I mean, it looks like a starfish, right?
Look what that did to that.
I mean, not only did I try to shoot it, but I figured we'd just cut it up now so we can eat it when we're done. But you know, the backside of it is not as impressive as the 9.
No.
So,
and that might just be, the smaller round, the smaller everything.
yep.
I don't know if we can see. It's fairly similar.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely damage.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the person's not going to be happy.
No.
But yeah, I think it's the higher velocity of the 9, created that, like you said, the hydroshock to smash through and take that with it.
Yep.
45 is a very blunt hitting.
It's more of a kinetic energy of just the force of it hitting it than.
Yep.
But they're both going to do the job.
Yeah. So let's try one more thing. Let's try to shoot. I'm going to throw some hollow points.
9.
You throw some 9 full metal jackets and just see if there's a difference.
See the difference
on
of
something
that.
like this, yeah.
Yeah, just to talk about the bullet.
I'm not sure if this is actually going to open on that type of cavity or not, but we can try it.
Yeah. Why
right.
not?
So I'm going to use my SIG here for this one.
I got an HK, VP9 SK.
Okay.
115
Okay.
full metals.
This is the gun I normally carry, so I got hollow points. All right, you going first? Or you want me to go first?
Oh, go ahead.
All right, I'm going to throw one hollow point at this. I'd say that's different. I'd say they do different.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I don't know if we have to even walk up to look at that, but I guess the hollow point's a little hotter.
Clear?
I'm clear.
So, dude, that's drastically like.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was gonna honestly make that big of a difference. I wasn't sure if the hollow point was gonna expand or anything, but the difference between a range ammo with a full metal jacket and that hollow point, I mean, we see the difference.
Yeah, I mean, so realistically, the hollow point, you have a flat front to it.
Yep.
And that just pushes everything out. Watermelon is mostly water.
Yeah.
That's weird, the name, water. But anyways, and it just got to go somewhere, right? So before it gets all the way out to the back.
Why are you yelling?
I got earphones on. We're on the range. It's okay. Yeah, it's just, it's got to go somewhere, and that thing just disintegrated it. I mean, what a huge difference from the first ones. Even with the 45, it wasn't even.
Correct. And then smacking yours again.
I mean, we talked about different bullets and what you're doing.
That ripped the entire bottom off of that watermelon.
So I'm envisioning that when you were aiming, you were between the bottom of the eyes and the top of the teeth.
Yes.
Somewhere in that area. So that's, I mean, that's pretty gruesome.
That is pretty gruesome.
Yeah, I mean, the first one, there wasn't a lot of damage to it with just a straight 9, similar to the first ones we shot, and then you hammered it with that again, and it just exploded it. I mean, I have watermelon on my gun, and we were at 7 yards, 10 yards.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it just sprayed everywhere.
Well, we got a few other things here to shoot. We want to shoot some steel. We'll see the difference between the impact on a 45 and the impact on a 9mm.
Yeah.
All right, let's shoot a little bit more.
All right.
Let's go load up with something.
So what do we want to do? Shoot a plate and see the difference
Yeah.
between the 9 and 45?
Yeah, just maybe how it impacts it, how it rocks it. You know, we'll have you shoot like, you know, the bottom right or something, and I'll shoot. And we'll just see the difference in the impact.
Yep. And then you can kind of hear the difference too. I don't know if the mics will pick it up, but it's a crack versus
a thud.
Yeah, it's just a different deal.
Yeah.
You know, we've talked about, you can hear in movies and stuff like that when they're shooting and doing the whole that, and you can literally tell what somebody's shooting just by sound. Like,
Yeah.
you know, when you're in the woods and somebody shoots an 06 or a 30-30, you can tell the difference.
Correct.
Like a lot, you know,
Yeah.
and it's pretty easy. And most people are like, well, that's gunfire. And we're like, you know, well, yeah, but what kind? That's important.
Yeah, yeah. All right, well, you take the 45. Let's go
We'll do
put
that.
a couple rounds down range, and we'll see what happens.
We're good?
Yep.
I'll shoot that plate.
Yeah. Not as much as I thought.
The sound to me is the big difference. I mean, it's just such a crack to it with that 9. I mean, obviously these are almost subsonic to begin with. They're 1,100 feet per second. I don't know what those are, 13, 1,400.
16 million.
16 million feet per
Yes.
second?
Yep.
So is that light speed or just slightly more than light speed?
Slightly more.
All right, I got it. You know, so that went around the earth once and then hit?
Yeah.
Is basically, okay.
Let's walk up there quick and look at that,
Yeah.
because I think it's interesting. I mean, it's hard to see on these plates right now because of the way that. But
Well, there's a lot more splatter.
I mean, you can see the difference in the impacts
Yeah.
here. You know, in that paint. Obviously, that's got a larger, you know, caliber bullet.
Yeah, yep, it's hitting.
You know, I was wondering if the plate was going to jump so much more than it did, and it didn't seem that much
They're
of a difference.
really close.
But
I mean, because again, you've got the velocity
correct.
versus, you know, the slow but the heavy. So it's kind of
Correct.
between. I don't know, let's do one where you see how much recoil difference it is to get back on target.
Okay.
To shoot 2 rounds maybe at it real quick.
Yeah.
And see.
2 or 6. Yeah, let's try that.
Sounds good. So what we're going to show here is just some recoil difference in muzzle flip between
Yeah.
the 9 and the 45. What do you want to shoot, 2 rounds? Just how quick you can get back on. And I mean, reality of it is that's shooting in practice and how fast you can get target acquisition.
Yeah.
So I know that's your deal.
Yep.
But I'll see what I can do on mine too, just
Yeah.
to get there quick and see
Yeah.
what it does. So why don't you go ahead and shoot the square twice?
Okay.
And then I'll shoot this one. Yeah, you're almost touching those together, so it's terrible shooting, Tex.
Almost.
Almost. All right.
Ooh, there you are now.
Perfect.
Right on top of each other. Tex.
I still shoot low with this.
Yeah.
I'm about 4 inches low with it.
But now, I mean, you can look at the splatter on that target.
Yeah, that shows it a lot.
Yeah.
With that.
You know, the thing with the 1911, though, it does handle. It's a heavy firearm. It does handle the recoil.
Yeah.
Whereas if you put that into, let's say, a 320 and 45, you're going to notice the difference more. Being that it's plastic, you know, polymer.
You really don't feel a recoil with it. I mean, obviously the muzzle comes up.
Yeah.
But you don't feel a shock in your hands or anything like
Yeah.
that. I mean, it's just there.
Apples to apples would have been more, you know, 245s in the same pistol, same model.
Yeah.
You know, or you know, a 9 and a 45,
Yep.
same model.
Yep.
To see the difference in the muzzle flip, that kind of thing. But it's just how fast you can get back on target, your follow-up shots, that kind of stuff is what's important.
You know, and we didn't talk about, we're wearing ears and eyes, but in a situation where you don't have those things on, man, the 9s crack.
They do.
It's a louder, just definitely.
It's violent.
Yeah, where, I mean, the 45's loud.
It's still loud,
But
yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
the same kind of crack to you. And you never see that when people wince when you shoot without plugs or ears on, because
Yeah.
hopefully everybody's wearing them. But in the rare occasion you do shoot without it, I mean, it can affect you,
You
for
know
sure.
it. You
Yeah,
know it, yeah.
definitely.
All right, so you want to shoot some more?
Sure. Like, don't ask me that ever again because you know the answer. So these are those different calibering we've been doing, but let's just see what the heck. It's a 10 mil, but it's an extreme penetrator. And these are hot. Hot. I think they're almost like 1650 or 1680 or something out of the pipe. So it's screaming out of there. These the channels on the side, I mean, that's CNC'd out, so it should create pretty good havoc when it's going through. But I don't know. Let's see. I never shot a watermelon with one, so.
No, I was impressed with what the hollow point did to the watermelon. Let's see if this does it.
Yep. We'll see if it blows apart. Yep, she's off. Did you see how low it was?
Yeah.
Let me grab another one.
Holy cow.
It's like 2 feet.
You were shooting the top? Holy cow. Whoa!
That's why you carry 10 mil.
That was impressive.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. So
Let's go look at that quick. Yep. Yeah. That was like a firework going off, man. Yep. Yeah. That's having a bad day, bud.
I mean, I don't know, 10, 15 feet in the air, there are pieces flying. I mean, all be said and done, that's the one to go with.
Yeah.
I mean.
Well, let's go clean our stuff up.
Yeah, let's kind of talk about what we did. So we got some shooting in. That's a good thing. That's always a good thing.
I mean, nothing we were doing today was scientific.
No.
We were just kind of having fun with some fruit and some steel plates and some jugs.
Yep.
You know, the 45 and the 9, they're both fine rounds.
It's personal preference, really. I mean, for me, if I have to pick one to only carry, I'm probably going to carry the 9.
Yeah.
That's just, I can conceal it. You're back on target and you got a higher capacity.
Yeah. It's less expensive to buy, to come to the range and play around with. Yep, I agree 100%.
And with the new rounds that they make in them, I mean, you can get all the speed and everything else. So for me personally, it's a 9. But I ain't hating on the 45 either.
No, not at all.
It's like, you really can't go wrong.
The 45's got a special place in my heart.
Yep.
But I like, you know, personally, I buy all 9mm handguns now because I buy a lot of 9mm ammo, go to the range, shoot a, you know, plethora of different firearms, different manufacturers, and I like 9 personally.
Yeah.
Own a 45? Yes. You should own both.
Yeah, I mean, they're like golf clubs. You need one for everything that you do.
Correct.
So every shot you take, you need a specific tool or club for it. So you should have more than one for sure. And multiples of each if preferable.
But if I didn't have a 9 and it was just shooting 45, you know, practicing with the 45 all the time, you know, I'd be just as good with a 45 as I would as a 9.
Yeah.
Practice is the key to any type of shooting.
Yep.
Shoot a lot, shoot often, become comfortable with your firearm, whatever projectile it is.
Yep.
And just become, you know.
Practice, practice, dry fire practice, practice, practice.
Yep.
You know.
Become fluent with that firearm.
Yep.
Practice.
I never do as much as I should.
To, you know, drawing from a holster. Practice changing mags and all that stuff is important. But, you know.
Running away from somebody and just going like this.
Yeah, yeah. But at the end of the day, what's better, 9 or 45? It's your personal opinion.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with either one. If you put the shot where it needs to be, either one's going to work perfectly.
Yep.
Higher capacities for me is important because I don't put it where it's supposed to be every time.
I've seen that.
Yeah, well, you know, those things happen. That's why they make new bullets every day.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, I mean, to set it all done for me, the 10 mil is.
10 mil's fun.
Yeah, that's where it's at.
They're a fun gun.
Yeah.
And we saw what did to that last watermelon. It looked like the 4th of July out there when you hit the top of it. So.
Yeah, that was it was impressive. So I know they were very popular and they got a kind of a bad rap for a bit, but I think they're going to make a comeback, and it's just such a versatile round.
It is, but it's a hand cannon.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why it went away at the beginning, because it was just too much to hold on to.
Yep. Very cool though. I mean, I hope it was helpful for everybody and they got some different ideas with it and what they can do and seeing actually the difference with it. What do you got to add? Anything?
Not much.
Just we should probably do it again just to make sure we did it right.
Yeah, bring more ammo. More
every
fruit.
day.
Yeah.
For a couple weeks, just do this just to make sure we got it right, because I always think we can improve. This is Greg. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching our video. And if you like what we did, click that like button, or go to our YouTube channel at otistech.com.
Yeah. If you have any comments for us or questions, please leave them below, and we'll try to answer those. Or if you have ideas for new videos, let us know.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, guys. We're at the range. We're just having a discussion between 9 and 45. Right now, we're just going to blow off some steam. Ready?
Yep.
Clear. Dude, I think it's still moving. Did we get? No, I think it's still good. I'll get him.